Morning, Madeli. How's it, Damian? Thanks for taking the time on this Saturday morning so bright and early to come and chat to us about your up and coming fights on the 18th of March in Centurion. As you know, this is one of the biggest cards we've had. We've got some great rematches on the card. We've got a pro fight on the card with Rami versus Hollinger again. Could be something fantastic. But before we jump into all of that, just first of all, a big hello from EFL back to Warrior Sports. How are you guys doing?
Good, really good, thanks.
Feeling good, crew. Feeling good.
Excellent, excellent. Madly, we're going to start with you. So, Madly, you've been around since the beginning. You've been with EFL, you've had a few fights. We know you've just gotten selected for the national team to go to the World Championships. So, congratulations on that one and on placing your team place in the national team. Tell me, you are going to be fighting Imka Mariska. She's coming to join EFL as a debut fighter in EFL. She isn't a new fighter by any means whatsoever. She's been around in the EFC game, in the pro MMA space, in the stand-up space for quite a long time. What's it like stepping into this fight, which is arguably going to be one of your hardest fights to date?
I'm honestly quite excited. I think this is exactly what I need to grow myself as a fighter. I think it's the perfect thing to prepare me for World Champs. So I'm excited for the opportunity and actually really grateful to Imke giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, so Imka Mariska has been wanting to fight for a while. As you know, not many people wanted to step up and take the fight. So I'm expecting a fantastic fight. She is a bit shorter than you, so we know you've got the reach. Normally, you've always got the reach on most of your opponents that you fight with. Tell me, what are you doing in camp to prepare for this fight coming up?
I think we've got a pretty good routine that we have going on at Warriors. I think it's always just about pushing harder and harder. I think the pressure from World Champs has also got me very motivated to push myself. I have actually flipped my routine up a bit, changing to morning training rather than evening training so that I'm not as fatigued from the day, and I'm finding that it's making quite a difference for myself. But other than that, it's just the standard Muay Thai training, getting myself stronger, getting myself fit. Yeah.
So you are pretty much focusing on your own game, your own strategy at this stage, not really worrying about Imco, if I understand that correctly. Are you looking at this fight as actually just a preparation for World Championships to keep you sharp?
100%, yes. I do expect her to be an extremely tough opponent, but that's exactly what I need. That's exactly what I want. I've never been known to step down from a challenge, so I'm happy and I'm keen.
Well, excellent. Well, we know you are the next contender for the title to fight in July against Leandro for the amateur title that we have up on that fight card. So we are excited to see you then, but obviously, realistically, in the next couple of 14 days, we'll see you in action in the ring against Imka. So we do wish you the best of luck for that fight. And do you have anything to say to the fans that do follow you and coming to watch you on the night?
As always, guys, come through, please. It really helps having you around. The event's going to be fantastic. We're really looking forward.
Okay, great stuff. Well, I mean, we're excited to see you in the ring. We're excited to have you there. And yeah, 18th of March, come and just do your thing, Madly. We're excited to see you in action again. Great stuff. So leading out of Madly, straight into Damian on her right, on my left. If you're looking at her and him on the screen, how are you doing, crew, Damian?
Doing well, thanks, crew. Yourself?
Very well, thanks. So, Damien, I know you hate me saying this, but the Giant Slayer, coming off of your last fight there against the Goliath of Justin, just let us know, how did it feel after that fight and the reality of that you actually won such a tough fight?
I think it was a culmination of many things coming together all at once. I think things that have been through life and storylines and things that have happened through my life that kind of culminated in that moment. So it was quite overwhelming and inspiring to see where my life had come to. I think at the same point in time, it was such a pleasure to share the ring with Justin. It was quite an intimidating fight to take on, and to see that was the results was quite exciting. yeah, a good experience overall. Was a good hurdle in my fight career, so to speak. So yeah, it's definitely a good feeling overall, I'd say. Yeah.
Well, we had a fantastic evening watching that fight. Everybody was on the edge of their seats. I mean, the haymakers that were being thrown that you ducked under and just missed by like fractions of millimeters had everybody gasping. But it was a fantastic fight. We know that you stepped way out of your weight class. You stepped up all the way into the open division, which is 2 classes heavier than you normally fight. Are you going to be stepping to such heavy weights again, or are you focusing more on fighting within your weight class?
Well, I think generally looking at where I fought last year at Worlds and what's coming this year as well, I think just keeping it down to the under 86 category is kind of where I want to keep my focus, just based on what I need to be able to prepare and be in the right frame to tackle. But you never for what's to come and where you end up and what life has to throw at you. But I mean, at this stage, the focus is to kind of just prepare, be in that space for a while. You know?
Well, fantastic. Well, we know your fight coming up on the 18th of March is against Patrick the Beast Oche. He's been around for a while. He's fought at EFL before. He fought Musi at the EFL 3, if we're not mistaken. Won on a knockout. He's known to have very fast and strong hands, very unorthodox striker in a way. Are you doing anything in preparation for this fight, or are you just running through the normal routine as what Madeli said?
I think every fight has its own sense of nuance, you know, that changes how you prepare mentally, whether it's physically. Obviously, life has different nuances as well that throws things at you that, you know, changes how you approach any situation. So I think there's always a variable that shifts and changes and that you're trying to adapt to. But I think obviously you always want to keep that base and that foundation, you know, you're building one to the next to kind of build up to that fight night. But yeah, there's always nuance and, you know, for things that you've taken from the last time that you might want to be applying, etc. So yeah, I think every situation is slightly different and you're trying to bring that focus on. You're always trying to improve, and some things you've improved on, so now you need to focus on something else. So I think as a general rule, yeah, there's always something slightly different, but there's always the base and the foundation that you got to kind of just make sure you're ticking those boxes as well.
Well, we know that your fight is the fight right before the pro fight, so you're on main card fight. In my opinion, this is a title fight that we have for the night between you and Patrick. I believe it is going to be one of the harder fights on the evening, including Madeli's fight coming up. I think you both got some really good, strong fights coming your way. And also a big congratulations, before I forget, on your place in the national team. Well done, and going to support us at World Championships. So we really hope that this is going to be not a stepping stone, but a vital path onto Worlds that you've got there, and come do a great showing on the night. Tell me, Damian, this fight that we've got now between Patrick and yourself as a highlight fight, how do you see it going? Are you looking for the early TKO, the knockdown? What are you envisioning? How are you going to attack this fight without giving away too much of a game plan?
I think the interesting thing is you got to obviously look at what your point of observation is or what your perspective is on the fight. I mean, obviously it could be you could have a set goal in mind or a set outcome in mind. I think for me, or, you know, specifically, but I think for me in particular, it's kind of coming in and seeing, you know, with all the work you've been putting in general, all the little steps, all the consistency, how does that play out? You know, when you've been isolating and integrating aspects of your skill and your physical development, what does that look like when it comes back into improvisation on the night? You know what I mean? How does that come to be? It's something always new is born in that situation after all the preparation. So I think ultimately, you know, I think you do what you can and you put yourself forward and you put your best foot forward and God takes care of the rest. But in that situation, it's just, yeah, I'd love to be able to see, I just appreciate seeing that after all the isolation, integration, putting that all together, what improvisation comes out of it, what happens on the night, what do you learn from it, and how does that develop you and your character overall?
Sure. Some very big words from a full contact fighter. Can you believe it? I So I just wanted to say thank you guys. We are looking very forward to the fights coming up on the 18th of March. You are two fantastic athletes, always carrying the name of your gym very well and a lot of respect in the ring. And we wish you all the best. So good luck on the 18th of March. Come and bring the fire, and we look forward to seeing you then.
Yeah,
Thank you, crew.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank
Cheers.
you.